Welcome to the LaPaz Lounge where we're breaking mental health cycles.
Welcome to the LaPaz Lounge where we focus on why your mental health is important and how to break mental health cycles.
Welcome to LaPaz Lounge. I'm Darius Rollins, where there's a safe space for conversation.
LaPaz Lounge. I am your host, Lakeisha Sampson, and today we're going to have a special topic from someone that's all the way from Lincoln Parish, the one and only Javier. Javier comes from a background, you wouldn't even believe his story, his testimony, just the type of person that he has turned out to be. He has impacted so many people, and so we're just glad to have him on the show today. So we want to welcome him on the LaPaz Lounge. Yes. So one of the reasons why I actually reached out to him, basically because I was just kind of, following him on social media. I've heard of him. I watched him when he was in high school. He was very, very, very good in basketball. And so just following him on social media and watching some of his posts, and one post stood out to me. And I was like, wow, we really need to hear this. So I felt the need, okay, maybe someone need to hear his story. And I was just kind of curious to know why he felt that. He made a statement stating that, and correct me if I'm wrong, about your dad. He stated that he felt that he was the cause of his dad's death. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So tell us about that, and why did you feel that? And first of all, if you don't mind sharing with the people, what caused your dad's death, and why do you feel like you was the reason behind it?
What caused my dad's death was cancer.
Okay.
And I felt that was the reason because growing up, I was a trouble kid.
Okay.
And he got deported when I was 5.
So he deported, so he wasn't from the U.S., so where was he from?
He was Jamaican.
Jamaican, okay.
And so he got deported when I was 5, and I was always in trouble. In and out of court. I
Wow.
always kicked out of school. And I just felt like over the years, there's nothing he can do about it, because he can't come back into the country. He can't discipline me. All he can do is call and talk, and for me as a kid, that ain't enough.
So when he was hearing about you, you said 5. How long when you was kicked out of school? You started at the age of 5, and how long was it? From the behavior problems, I would say from 5 up to what?
Well, 5, I don't really remember much, but my behavior problem pretty much started. I remember in 1st grade, I had a pregnant teacher. I threw a chair at him. So I would say it started then, but they couldn't expel you that young. But the moment I got in 3rd grade, I went to my first 8th grade year, I got kicked out of school every year.
Wow. And what was that? Was you just angry, or you just felt like, do you feel that you didn't have a father figure? Like, what was the reason? And I know, you was 5, and to me, in my back of my head, you just been a typical child. What was the reason why the continuing, was it more fighting, getting in trouble? What was you getting in trouble for, fighting, and what else?
And it was mostly just fighting.
Why? Well, what was you angry about, and what role do you feel that your dad lack or did lack, or wasn't supportive of, that you feel like maybe if he was there, you would have stayed out of trouble? Or
I would say it was more so just him not physically being there. Like, and you probably heard this before. Like, I believe it, that a woman can't raise a man.
I agree.
You can't raise a boy to be a man.
That's
so
right.
There's only so much my mom can do.
So you said, I heard you mention that he would call. So he's called. I'm pretty sure your mom is telling him, "Hey, Javier's he's acting out again." And so when he say he's deported, he's lecturing you, probably get disciplining you over the phone. And what was you listening to it like? Oh no.
Yeah, I was listening to it, but in the back of my mind, I'm knowing like it's nothing he can do. No matter what I do, he can't do nothing.
So the cause of the death, when you heard, how old was you when your dad passed, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I was 13.
You was 13. So you get the news. Paint that picture to me. Were you at home when you got the news, or were you at school? How did you hear, and how did you feel hearing the passing of your father?
It was during the summer. Actually, 2 days ago made 16 years he been gone.
Wow.
So I was just in the neighborhood in Blueberry Hill, come in from playing, and my mom was crying, and all she could say was, "Your dad gone."
Wow. So now you're like, have you physically, you haven't seen him since you was 5.
Yeah.
So wow, so that's a lot. And so you say that him not being there, what do you feel that causing the death? You think while he was away, he was stressing because of you, because he couldn't come back to the U.S.? Was that the reason why?
Yeah.
Worried, like, oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying. So I didn't know this Javier, the Javier that he's talking about. Well, I didn't really personally knew him, but I heard about him. But the kid I heard of, he was attending New Living Word, and I was just hearing about this little boy that everybody was just trying to get the New Living Word to see this kid that's on fire. So I'm like, come to find out he was my daughter's cousin. So I'm just seeing this kid, hearing about this child. It was him. I'm like, oh wow, man, he is amazing. So you get the New Living Word, basketball. How did you know? Well, you was great at basketball. Would you say?
Yeah, I was good.
You were. Yeah, you was the star. You was the one thing I would say people, you gonna hear who is the worst kid or the worst athlete, and you gonna hear who is the best kid and the best athlete. And this time we heard of the best athlete in New Living Word. And I'm telling you, your name was just ringing. How did that make you feel? Something you doing a positive thing, and what led you to New Living Word? How did we get from being in trouble to New Living Word? Tell me that.
What led me to New Living Word was I can go to any other school.
Because of your behavior, right?
Yeah, because of my behavior. I couldn't go to any other school. And initially when I got to New Living Word in 8th grade, I dropped out. But Pastor Baldwin, after me missing like a week and a half straight, he started coming to the house, making me get out of bed, making me come to school.
Being that father figure.
Yeah, I'm forever thankful for that.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Pastor Bowen. Yeah. So you say that. So when Pastor Bowen, he stepped up, he saw potential in you, huh? Who made you said? I know you and I had a talk before we started airing. You were saying that you always knew you was good in basketball, just playing in the community, at the local basketball courts in your community. Did Pastor Bowen, how did he hey, I need you to play, I need you to, how did he know that you need to be doing basketball? Was it because of the height, because you tall?
Yeah, for one, I was a 6'5" freshman.
So
I knew he wasn't gonna let me miss school, so I might as well do something while I'm there.
How did it make you feel, him on you all the time? Like, man, get on, you ain't what you like, how typically, you ain't my daddy.
Yeah, that's how I was at first, but over time,
that discipline, look at him,
Yeah, like I just got used to it, and I knew he just didn't want to see me fail. No,
man, that's amazing, and look at you now. I'm very proud of you. Like I said, I didn't know this kid that he said, that he was, I didn't even hear about it, so. But I did hear the good things, so that's always good. You always want somebody to acknowledge the great things about you. That kid is gone. What are you doing now? Tell the people now. What are you doing? You've star basketball player, New Living Word, and then recently just got your bachelor's degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What are you doing now? Since you graduated, what are you doing now?
Now the head coach at New Living Word.
Head coach. Oh, how's that working for you?
It's going good. Developing some young guys. They heading in the right direction, so it's exciting.
So when you say developing, do you feel like you see some of them young boys, like, when they acting out or showing out in school, you're like, oh man, that was me.
Yeah, actually, 2 of the guys that we got, one is a starter for me. Lincoln Prep kicked him out of school. So I definitely see myself in him, and he done changed just like I did. So.
Yeah, had that. So you being the Pastor Bowen to him. Yeah. Well, we like to thank again Pastor Bowen for just stepping up being that male figure, and we need a lot of people like you to tell your story. I see a book, an author in him. I was just sharing with him because he's actually not sharing with a lot that him and I was having our personal conversation about. But I mean, just to hear that the good things that he's doing with his life. a college grade. You dropped out of school at 8th grade, and now you got a college degree. You saw yourself being a college graduate?
No, I had no plans of me going to college till after my freshman year. I played AAU, and my AAU coach showed me messages where the University of Florida coach liked me a lot and wanted to recruit me, and I was like, okay, I can do something with a ball in my hand.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I will say this right here. We like I stated, we want to give Pastor Bowen his heads up and props and thank you so much. We also want to thank your mom. You know, like you said, it had to be challenging. Her trying to raise a man, try a boy to a man. So there had to be a lot on her, but just I bet she sit back and be like, man, look at my baby, my boy. I'm pretty sure she got tired of hearing about the calls. You getting kicked out of school and nobody wants you in their school, and just to see how you this gentle giant, a humble young man, coaching. Would you say basketball is your passion?
Yeah, I love it.
So
do this till I retire.
Yeah, do this till you retire. Okay, let me ask you this. So we're gonna kind of change the story. So your mental health. Let's go back about that post that I saw. What state of mind? What made you mad? Do you feel that was you feeling? Hey, I'm depressed. Was you dealing with a depression, or because when you made that post, I was like, oh man, I feel like my dad. I was the cause of my dad's death, and your dad had been gone this time. What you said, made 16 years with last month. So at that time, it had been 15 years, and you still grieving mentally. Would you say that? Would you say that? Would you say that? It's hard to talk about it. That social media was a space for you to vent.
Yeah, the social media was definitely a space for me to vent, and I actually got a lot much better with it.
Okay.
Just recently, over the last year or two.
What happened? You said that tell me the steps that that helped you for is that you seek a therapist or just talking to that confident. Sometimes we just need a person that we can trust. It don't necessarily have to be a profession, but just even that if it's a best friend, a mentor, or your Pastor Bowen is your pastor. Was it that the reason you just found someone that you can trust, or?
Yeah, definitely Pastor Bowen.
Yeah.
He's who I go to about anything.
Yeah. So that was that safe space for you. Yeah. So how's your mental today? When I say mental, I hate to confuse a lot of people when we say mental. So not saying that you're crazy or anything, but how are you feeling today? Like your mind state, are you dealing with depression, or you have your moments? How are you today?
I kind of have my moments.
And we're human, yeah.
Yeah, and it's mainly because of myself.
Yeah.
I always think I can do more than what I'm doing, or I want to do more.
What more would you want to do? You doing your dream, your passion, basketball? What is it that you feel like you're not fulfilling?
I don't feel like I'm reaching out to enough kids. Like on my AAU program, I only got one team, and I feel like I should have 2 to 3 and help more kids right now.
And when you say help, what do you mean for? Is the basketball or just all of them one? Because that discipline, that's what you need. You're reaching out to them.
Yeah, definitely the discipline part in that. And I know from my own experience that some kids like basketball, but some can't stay out of trouble, and nobody ever give these kids a chance.
Yeah.
I remember me being that kid. Nobody
labeled. We called them kids. They was labeled. That bad kid. Yeah, them be the ones that can get out there, that can shoot, can run that football, all that. Yeah, you just saying that somebody needs to believe in them, like somebody believe in you. Yeah. Well, here's your chance right now. The camera. We have Javier. What's your name? Roper. I'm sorry. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a young teenager or a young boy that's just dealing with behavior problems, or just a kid that just want to be heard. And he's a prime example. He's looking to reach out. Is it just only boys?
It don't matter who
Yeah,
it is.
he's looking to reach out to this young generation. I think he would be a great example. I believe he'll be a great example for the ones that struggling, trying to find their way, and being that father figure, that mentor. Not necessarily a father figure, but that mentor. Somebody to speak life in you. And that's what somebody do, speak life in you. To hear that, oh, you can do it. And hearing your name shouted out in the crowds every day. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel good because each time I step on that court, I always remember where I come from. Like I always remember. And that's why when we played Lincoln Prep slash Grambling High,
Grambling High with the Grambling High. It was Grambling High.
I always wanted to let them know, like, y'all didn't give me a chance. You gonna pay for that.
Yeah. Oh wow. Y'all see, look at him now. Lincoln Prep. Well, who turned you on? Grambling High or Lincoln Prep?
Grambling High.
Grambling. Oh, I'm sorry. I went to Grambling High.
I ain't gonna call her name on here. But
Okay, we're not gonna call no names, but you see him now. Look at him now. Grambling High didn't want to give you a chance because of your reputation. But look at you now. You an AAU coach, and you the head coach at New Living Word. So not only did Pastor Bowersy, mentored you, but he saw potential in you, and then trusted you to bring you inside of his school to not only, because you're doing a ministry, if you believe it or not, you're doing ministry. It may not be the ministry that, your typical behind a pulpit, but you're doing ministry too, through your basketball and through people seeing how you can change. That's why I see an author in you, like you guys. It's an author in this guy right here, and I'm one of the ones, I don't have a son, but I have, cousins, I have, young boys that we work with. I would love for you to come speak with them and just let them know that it is hope and it is change, and you're that one doing it, mentoring for free, right? You're mentoring for free, and I'm glad. What do you say about me and mental health? I know we going back and forth, but we was talking about you being depressed and you're a little better, and because you had someone that you trusted. Do you feel by you being a male, do you feel like your mental health mattered to people, or you feel it didn't matter, that's why you didn't like to share? By you being a man, and you feel like you had to be strong, or?
Yeah, to the world, mental health don't matter.
Why? I'm waiting on the next fella. He'll be joining us in just a second. He said the same thing, and I'm just curious to know, why do you feel that?
Because we always looked at it as the stronger person, the provider, the protector, but nobody ever protect us. And
when you say protect, what do you mean? Your feelings?
Yeah, our feelings, our emotions.
Yeah.
We don't have nobody to go to about that.
And you feel like, when you say you don't feel like had nobody to go to, would you fear of being judged or weak? Oh, he's feminine. He how they say.
Yeah. No man want to be called weak.
Yeah. I understand, and I can kind of see it from your perspective, because you all, I don't know, you was how many male siblings? Do you have any brothers?
Yeah, my mom. I got 2 other brothers.
Okay, and it's just one girl. So. How does it feel? Well, you was around, your boy, you was around your brothers, but how do you feel? Did you feel that you had to be? Are you the oldest or?
No, I'm the second oldest.
Okay. So, did you feel like, hey, we're around here, we gotta provide, we gotta be tough, we gotta protect our sister, we gotta protect our mama, we gotta protect. You got four girls now, so you gotta be the protector. Are you feeling like that now, having to be?
Yeah, I will always feel like that, honestly. I ain't never not felt like that. Even with my sister and mom, I always had to be a protector.
Yeah, you always had to be a protector. Wow. Well, I definitely want to say, I can understand where you coming from, because I had my husband discussed, I was telling you, he discussed the same thing about, especially as, being a male, coming from where he was coming from, you don't want to be looked at as weak. So I get it. I definitely understand now. But do you still have your mentor? You say you still talk to Pastor Baldwin.
Yeah, we talk every day. That's like my guy there now.
So now when you talk to him, you know, does he know you're gonna be on the podcast?
Nah, he don't know.
Oh man, well we gonna shout him out because he need to know that, you know, get his acknowledgement and recognition that, you know, what a great job he has done, including your mom. You know, we definitely don't want to take her out the radar. Mm-hmm. But, you know, kudos to you because you're doing great things, but you definitely, your voice is being heard, not just by you sharing. And Graham and Heidi want to give him a chance, and look at him now. Do you say that? Look at me now?
Nah, I don't really get too cocky.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Welcome to the LaPaz Lounge, where men are breaking mental health cycles.
Welcome to the LaPaz Lounge, where men are talking about why mental health is important.
Yeah, so we got a special guest that has joined us today. You know, he came to sit down and talk to us, talk to me and Javier about mental health in men. And it is Men Mental Health this month, so he made a post as well. You know, I be watching Facebook and you know, some of the posts that I come across, it intrigues me. Sometimes I be wondering, like, hey, why do you say that? You know, and he made a post like, oh, people don't really, quote unquote, if I'm wrong, I'm paraphrasing, but he made a statement saying that men mental health is really not taken as a priority. They don't really care. I mean, we talk about it, but they don't really care. So, you know, I'm a woman, you know, and I was kind of curious to, Javier said he dealt with depression. He felt like he had to be tough. He felt like nobody cared about him vocalizing how he felt. And then I see this post, and, you know, why you say this? Bobby, we welcome Bobby on the LaPaz show. So thank you for joining us. And, you know, he got something to say, and I want to hear it. And I know you guys may want to hear it in the audience as well. And some men may agree or disagree. And we just want to talk. I want to hear Javier's point of view as well. He stated that he don't think people care. So I want to know why you say that. Why did you post that? Because you put that for the world to see. Why did you post that?
You know, just, you know, for one, you know, black men, for one, we go through a lot. Like any man go through a lot, like every day, like it's hard on. It's like from start, it's a stereotypical thing.
When you say hard, I'm sorry to cut you out. And Javier chime in. What do you mean hard?
I mean, like, okay, a woman can quit a job today and get a nothing tomorrow. But a man end up getting fired or released for doing his job, and it takes him months. And in between those months, he's getting criticized and ridiculed all type of ways from different people he wouldn't expect it to do, because now he's at a point, you know, or at a low beneath where he was before. So now people's perspective is changing toward him. You feel me? So now all that just messing with a person. And as a man, as providers, as protectors, like that bother us. We know we beat ourselves up daily trying to be better than we were the day before. So in the midst of that, by us beating ourselves up, we got people that we love, people that we wouldn't expect to treat us like this or switch up on us like this. They're, you know, degrading our character.
Because you don't work, because you lost your job, and you don't have money.
Yeah, like it's just like that. Different people have different perspectives. Everybody don't go through that, but you know, majority we go through that, and it'll push us. Some handle it different ways. You know, some get pushed to the limit to do the wrong thing. Some understand and turn it into a positive, and you know, help them. They turn their drive into something else. You know, and like, you know, a lot of, you know, black men we're talented, we gifted, and.
I won't know why you say we don't care about your mental health.
Okay.
Because I care.
I say
you agree with him? You say that women are just people.
I did get off of that, but the thing is, reason why I say that is because we don't get checked on enough.
You agree?
You know, we don't get that. We don't get appreciated enough. Even if we do, they do
acknowledge. You say acknowledge.
Acknowledge a lot. You know, I say acknowledge. Yeah. So like we do a lot, we go through a lot, you know, we make a lot happen, and it's just like, it's nothing, you know. And
what you think about Father's Day? He made a statement before you came. and joined us, we was talking earlier about how people, and my pastor jokes about it a lot as well, about, oh, Mother's Day, we go all out, you know, and I see the post with men on Facebook, oh, I got my tie already, I got my same boxers. So you think we go all out for they go all out for the mothers and for the fathers?
They got commercials, they got baskets everywhere, all lined up down the street. You'll think it's Valentine's Day.
Job, yes, he got a PS5 for Father's Day.
Hey, that's dope, you know what I'm saying? And salute to whoever did that, you know what I'm saying? But that's
so somebody acknowledge you.
But
that's right.
The thing is, only one of my mother kids told me Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, like it's just like
and one of them I paid $800 a month in child support for.
You know,
so you felt like you needed something. I'm giving you okay.
Something.
Well, I kind of see, like you said, I was telling Javier earlier, I can understand that, and I do see some truth into it because, you know, as a female, I'm speaking from the women's perspective, we are acknowledged, we are praised a lot because we do a lot. Yeah, we do a lot, you know, and I say that for me because even when London, my daughter, that's London, when she was a young child.
I mean, to cut you off, like, you know, at the same time as men, we go through what we do, we still acknowledge y'all. Like, we show y'all that we see y'all. But it's like when y'all going through something and it's the other way around, it's just like we become the punching bag, you know. And I feel that's not fair.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's heavy on us. Like, you know, the person we come to, they're supposed to be our peace side, you know, help, you know, and we go, and if they going through something, it's just like,
y'all just supposed to take it with the chin,
but if they going through something, we supposed to, you know, put whatever we got going to the side, and you know, or basically value what's going on with them more than what's going on with us. And the thing is, when we do that, and we might end up slacking somewhere on our end or end up behind because we put that to the side. Now we still down bad for doing that. Now it's this and that because...
Men, do y'all agree? All the men in the audience, do y'all agree with what he's saying? Yeah, you agree? I mean, like I was getting ready to say, you know...
I say all don't go through that. But,
yeah,
you know,
but you said you experienced that because it is men.
There's some women out there that really, you know, they care and show love. I ain't saying all women like that, but like majority, like it's a high percentage of women that look at black, you know, look at men that way or feel they, you know, should have to do that. Like that.
Let me ask you something. This is a deep question, and I'm gonna ask for both of you all. Do you think? Because I heard you say you started out talking about like, you know, when you lose your job and whatever, people that you once thought cared or would have shown you another side. Do you feel money? I have an affirmation book, money bring your true character out. So you believe that, like people treat you according to your status or the amount of money you have in your pocket?
Or whatever status they're being put on. Like, you know. That's
so Javier, you think your girl treats you some type of way because she love you? And I don't know your status for is financially, but do you feel that, or just any girl, do you feel that if you was at your lowest, you think you'll be treated differently?
I'm gonna say this. When I was in high school, and I was a basketball star, ESPN and all that, and a whole lot of people came with it.
Yeah. The fame, yeah. So.
And the moment I had that knee surgery.
Oh, yeah, you did have knee surgery. Oh my goodness. All the calls, all the what's up, all that. You didn't see them there and check on you no more. How that made you feel? Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
That hurt me because, to be honest, before I even started, when I was a trouble kid, some of my family didn't want to be around me.
That's how bad you were. I can't believe it. He said he was hard. You knew this bad kid. He said he was bad.
I don't know. I don't look at people as bad.
He said he was a fighter, but you said a lot of people didn't want to be around you because.
The moment I started getting scholarship offers.
Because what I tell you when we first started the show, I heard about you. Like they was like, yeah, you know, Javier, and the first thing, you know, that's my daughter's cousin. So, but I heard your name ringing. And that was why I wanted to go to the games and say, who is this star basketball player everybody talking about? Because your name was ringing. I didn't even know who you were, but I saw who you were. You know, just I knew the crowd when I would go at the games. And New Living Word wasn't a big gym, but it would be packed out. And you had so many people fans, you know. So I heard about you. So you saying when did you hurt your knee? Like after high school or
Yeah, I had.
during high school?
I heard it in the 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
But I, still able to play it, obviously. But then in college, I heard it again.
And all the people just didn't check on you. So that did something with your mental, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
You believe that? So you saying because his status went down for all the, when he was up making the threes, ESPN, everybody was calling him. They got the news that he was injured, and then all the calls.
That's how I go. I'm an athlete, and like when you're in high school, if people think you're at your highs, y'all going to the playoffs, you're doing your thing, you go to state and all this, but
the crowd come, the entourage,
that, and then they feel like you're on a decline or things don't go as it's supposed to, and from their perspective, they kind of fade away. People start to show their true character, and it be like I say, you can expect that from people outside your circle, but when it's within your circle, people that you wouldn't expect, they start to show that's when it really bothers you.
What bothered you the most? Was it more of the ESPN, all of these, these known people, these, people reaching out to you, or was it more home, close family, close friends, my homeboys, the girl, I'm pretty sure.
I can't say it's my homeboys.
Yeah.
I still got them.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
Like certain family, because I ain't gonna lie, Oregon State projected me to be a one and done. So I had a lot of people come around at that point. But the moment I chose Grambling, and people disappeared.
Wow. So then how does that affect you today? Does that affect your mental today?
No, I don't care today.
Because you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You talking about your mental health. So why do you feel, you say that people don't talk about it enough? So what can we do? What can you do to make it? Because it is Men Mental Health Month. What can you do to get out there? How can you be an advocate more for men? I
mean, for men, for people to understand, men really don't be wanting much.
What y'all want?
We just be wanting some understanding. We don't, it be your approach. We know women mean well when they come with the nag, but it be the approach. You gotta think.
I don't even want to go here. I don't even go here. It's a question I want to bring up.
Okay, we come home, we done already had a wired day. We, so if you feel some type of way about something, come, hey baby.
Can I ask a question?
How your day been? Well, then you kind of ease it on there. You can't just. Right,
that's what.
Can I ask a question, Javier? Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? We talked about earlier about submissive. Can I talk about? So before you came, I just want to know, and the audience, y'all, I look, it's just I'm burning in this seat to ask because Javier says, he's in a biracial relationship, and I'm not against no race, but he said, me being an African American black girl, he said that his significant other. He said that they kind of be submissive. They care more about their man versus. Now he didn't know he didn't knock the African American. Let me quote that, ladies. But he said being in relationships with his black girls versus his his biracial his other race, they treated him better. He said that his significant other, the mother of his child and the mother of his children, or just the mother of your child, treats him like a king. Do you believe that? We don't be submissive. You feel like if you was with have you ever dated outside your race?
I have.
What was the difference? Because let me know.
It's different because their whole perspective toward a man is different. Like a black woman already stereotypical toward a black man anyway. She already thinking we like the rest of them, whatever she done experienced.
But do you
know
think
what I'm saying? But a foreigner or somebody from another race, they sticking. They still on the roots, they still on the original culture, so they understand about submissive, allowing a man to lead, with black women.
You say so the outside race would care, y'all care more about your mental health, mental health.
They care about their man, they want to know.
I care about my husband
they take pride in it, because the simple fact is, okay, if we're dating to grow, to be together and, husband and wife, we got to work on that, as if we're actually trying to do that.
So your mental health good now? I mean, do you feel like when you go home, you can let your hair down because your significant other is being the what you need for your mental? You think that she's being what you need?
it's not a judgmental energy that you
It's not
have to deal
judgment.
with.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you're able to be yourself and not feel
you
like
can-
nobody's.
So you can be like that with the other race.
Yeah, it'd be.
And look, and
'cause
so
me as an artist,
let me sidebar. You know, I'm not pro and against all
I
that.
ain't
So
against nobody.
yeah, so
You know, we
whatever.
just speak
But I'm
out.
just trying to see for me as an African American, I think I'm submissive to my
That's
husband. I cook, I cater, I love him.
And that's
You though.
Oh, but you said you done had, but you said the past relationships with.
Yeah,
the,
we ain't saying all of them. You
Yeah,
know,
just
but
but so far
we
you
have
been-
a high percentage of African American women that deteriorates a black man's energy and character.
Is it that we have more success? Because now, us women, our African American women, we bosses now.
It's that too. Like, it's
And a
that
lot
too.
of black men can't take that, you
And
know. So
it's not
they
even
be a
like,
little,
it is something like
a
that.
lot of they be
Something like that, no.
intimidated.
You know.
But
But like to the ones that don't care about that, that's actually trying, like, you know, they don't see that because it's once they got material things, that's how they. And it's a lot of them that don't even have that. Don't even have that status. It's not at that point, but they still feel like they should have a man like that. You know, they got high standards, but like you can't even meet those standards. You feel what I'm saying? So like that's not fair.
I've got a lot to say, man.
And to a man that's actually trying, like if he's trying, appreciate that man, acknowledge that man. Like,
So you saying we don't do that? When I say we, I'm talking about us.
I can say
my
not
people,
all y'all.
but majority.
Majority, because you got to think how social media got a lot of people's perspective. Reality
yeah,
TV,
yeah.
you know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying? So,
I definitely agree with
so
that.
that's
That plays a lot of factors. Yeah, people
you know,
trying to live this lifestyle.
And I mean, it is what it is. I ain't trying to discredit nobody or say, but I mean, from when you just sit back and look at the full painting, you know, like you see the details, and you know what I'm saying. You see it clear, like, man, this is crazy. Like this what we doing today in today's time. This is what we looking for in relationships and out of relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be like that. You know, and I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up under y'all, my brother and them. So I seen, you know what I'm saying. I've been around people, married couples. I've been together for years, and I done seen how it go, and I got the knowledge, and like I be on that. But like the way people see stuff and the way they feel like how it's supposed to go is just like this, really, and they stuck on it. Like it's a lot of people that don't want to change, and you hate that and you feel bad because you actually care about that person, but you be like, dang, in order for me to get here, like we've been saying, I gotta, like they say, everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go. I
So
agree.
you know, so we hate that as you know, like I said, we ain't trying to degrade the black woman or nothing, but it's a high percentage of black women out there that really just, you know. Like not all of y'all, you know, we got some good ones out there. We salute y'all, man. Hey, to the guys that got, hey man, y'all take care of that. Do what y'all supposed to.
But why they still commit suicide then? I was just sharing with them. We had he was a celebrity, what was that lady, Ellen?
You talking about what's his name?
Yeah, and he was in a biracial, mixed relationship.
We having stuff they be having.
And he was happy, bubbly, and jolly, and just got done.
That shocked me. Like,
and went behind the scene and killed himself.
Because every time you see dude, he always seem like he got good energy. Always in a good mood.
But he was with a white woman though. He killed himself with a white woman.
I do a lot of different. I come across a lot of different stuff, and people be having some stuff going on. You know that nobody really.
Yeah, I agree though.
You
But
know.
look, I just want to, not nothing against somebody. If you happy, whatever makes you happy. But everybody have their opinion, and everybody know what they want to be. How they feel they woman should treat them. So.
And we not saying all other biracial women are like that.
Yeah.
Because you got to think of the situation with your guy that talked to Making Good now. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, she been a topic. Yeah.
And the guy that got killed by his girl, but she said, they were finna let her,
We talked about that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, it be every.
But you know what? On that topic though, it was a lot of mixed things going on there. But he was like you said, you made a valid point. He ain't had no money. She kept calling him broke. So that my little saying, money bring your true character out. You think that?
Because like you gotta think like most of the majority of women, it's going after so long it's more of a emotional reaction instead of a logical thinking reaction. You feel me? So like a lot of times, a lot of stuff be said out of spite. Just because you feeling like this, you feel like
you don't have those problems, huh? You just chill and your household just chill.
He be chilling.
He be chilling. He's
always chilling.
yeah. He say his household chilling. So
and that's how I be. Like, I'm the cool dad. I have fun with the kids. I'm laid back, you know. But yeah.
Well, we thank you, Bobby, for coming. We thank Javier for coming, sharing his. Yeah, we just want to hear about what y'all felt about me.
I remember him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
He's doing great things. You know, he shared so many positive things that he's doing for the men. So that's something for the young boys. I'm sorry.
yeah, I see that. Like, and you know, and another thing, I know I hadn't got a chance to congratulate you on that and salute you on that. You know, give you a rose.
Yeah.
So that's what's up, bro.
So a lot of you said a lot of men. I salute you. See, you done had a woman over here that saluted you and praised you, and we thank you for doing great things. I see you too, baby. You doing a lot of great things as well in the community, and you know, so we just want to thank you, men. Y'all men, ladies out there, love on your man and submit to your man. Rub your man head and tell him, hey, I hope you had a good day. Send him some cute text messages and show him some love. Send him some flowers. Now take him out to eat, huh?
If that's your man, love your man. Don't worry about who looking at your man.
Ooh, y'all heard that. So y'all make sure we did this men mental health. I have a surprise. Actually, it's supposed to be in Thursday that I purchased from Angela Jones, I'm sorry, and it was for men. It was for 2 gifts that I purchased for the men's mental health, but it didn't arrive today, so I will make sure to get that to you guys. It'll be here Thursday, so you all find me Thursday.
Okay.
I don't know what time Thursday, but she told me on yesterday that it's she shipped it out and it's supposed to be here this Thursday. So look for me the Thursday evening or Friday morning. I'll be here. So I got 2 gifts that I want to give to you all. Just to show, because when he said that men mental health need to be appreciated, and then we had Javier on here, I just want to show, do something for the men, y'all need to be acknowledged.
That's the other thing too, like I said that too, because like when I found out about it, it was like middle of the month. I'm like, bro, I ain't heard nothing about this. Like,
Well, I got y'all a gift. I got you a gift. So I thank you guys for joining the LaPaz show, and I look forward to seeing this podcast, and I hope you guys reach out to them, to Javier and to Bobby. Let them talk, because they some mentors, and we got an author, right? A potential author. Yeah. And music, don't you do music? Yeah. How can they hear your music?
I'm on all platforms. Just search Strokey Bobby. You can Google Strokey Bobby. You can find me on YouTube. I even got work with Perfect Shot Media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. We've been working, been grinding,
Yeah.
I ain't a flamboyant guy,
Yeah.
but just know we got some stuff in the making.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. I am your host, Lakeisha Sampson. See you soon.